Hi, hello you guys, and today I'm gonna make a video to shadowing one of the CNN, uh, one of the CNN magazine or CNN10 actually. And right now I'm gonna do shadowing by repeat or read at the same time with the uh, actor or the speaker in this magazine type, and I think it is significant for me to learn English through this step. And right now we're gonna going on the first step. No. Let's get energy up, up, up. Happy Friday Eve. Welcome to the show. I'm Coy. This is CNN10. School year winding down, so remember to show some love to your teacher who are informing and inspiring you to be a little better each day. Give a handshake, a high five, a fist bump. Let them know I see you. Alright, we begin today with an historic decision stemming from the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Three European nations, Spain, Norway, and Ireland, say they will formally recognize the Palestinian state next week. More than 120 UN nations already recognize Palestinian statehood, but very few European nations have gone that far. That's why this announcement is significant. This Spain, Norway, and Ireland says this is the best way to achieve lasting peace in the region. But not everyone agrees. President Biden says it's better for Israel and Palestinians to negotiate a two-state solution themselves rather than have outside country apply this kind of pressure. And Israel, for its part, is furious. Its ordered its ambassador from Spain, Norway, and Ireland to immediately come back to Israel. So what does it mean to recognize Palestinian statehood? For now, it's a largely symbolic move, but it puts pressure on Israel, but it's vice for considerable war in Gaza countries that recognize Palestinian statehood. Believe there should be an independent Palestinian state nation that operates like other countries in the world right now. Much to the local international community considers Gaza, Jerusalem, and West Bank as occupied Palestinian territory. So I think we're gonna restart this paragraph or this dialogue because I missed some ads or missed some words, some end words about that. Therefore, we gonna restart again. Get energy up, up, up. Happy Friday Eve. Welcome to the show. I'm Coy. This is CNN10. School year winding down, so remember to show some love to your teacher who are informing and inspiring you to be a little better each day. Get a handshake, a high five, a fist bump. Let them know I see you. Alright, we begin today with an historic decision stemming from the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Three European nations, Spain, Norway, and Ireland, say they will formally recognize Palestinian territory next week. More than 140 UN nations already recognize Palestinian statehood, but very few European nations have gone that far. That's why this announcement is significant. Spain, Norway, and Ireland say it's the best way to achieve lasting peace in the region, but not everyone agrees. President Biden said it is better for Israel and Palestinians to negotiate a two-state solution themselves rather than have outside countries apply this kind of pressure. And Israel, for its part, is furious. It ordered its ambassador from Spain, Norway, and Ireland to immediately come back to Israel. What does this mean to recognize Palestinian territory? Statehood. For now, it's a likely symbolic move, but it put pressure on Israel and it fights controversial war in. I'm sorry, this part there are some sentences that I can't understand, so we gonna repeat it and look into what does it mean. Ireland to immediately come back to Israel. So what does it mean to recognize Palestinian statehood? For now, it's a likely symbolic move, but it brought pressure on Israel and it fights a controversial war in Gaza. Countries that recognize Palestinian statehood believe there should be an independent Palestinian state nation that operates like Palestinian statehood, but believe there should be an independent Palestinian nation that operate. Palestinian nation that operates like any other country in the world right now. Much to the local international community considers Gaza, East Jerusalem, and West Bank as occupied Palestinian territory. Now, we had on our official surveying the damage after a series of storms of tornadoes ripped through the Midwest on Tuesday. Greenfield, there were several deaths and injuries. One official says the town about 50 miles southwest of the Moray had been almost entirely destroyed. At least 18 tornadoes have sparked at the all of North areas Tuesday. So far this year, more than 800 tornadoes have been reported in the U.S., making the most active years on record. The storm now set to travel both north and south with the city from Tulsa to Cleveland. It should be a storm away. People in central Honshu, Japan had enough with over-tourism as a famous landmark that may be remembered reported on the show about the concern of locals near Mount Fuji will raise selfie spot have caused all sorts of issues for the town. CNN's Hanno Common tells us how much the cost solution to deal with the surge our towner has finally gone up. This view, one of the perfect snapshots of Japan, old and new, now had a black curtain drawn overrun by tourists blocking roads, littering, even trespassing on private robberies to take selfies. The town of Fujiko has now erected a black curtain to block the view and deter tourists. Much locals relieve.
There have been many
when accidents involve foreign tourists. Recently, to the dismay of visitors, I think put a black panel on this road is something something with Rutherford, and I think they can do better for police. Mount Fuji, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a Japanese icon, attracts millions of visitors annually, but post-pandemic, numbers has swelled to record levels well beyond control, local authorities say, causing human traffic jams and garbage to littering the sacred peak. The local prefecture now said needs charge $13 per climber and impose a daily hiker cap of $4,000 in a bid to address over-tourism at starting this season. But as you can tell by the crowds of people around here, one of the Tokyo's biggest tourist hotspots, Mount Fuji is the victim of over-tourism. It's a nationwide problem, but it put Over 3 million people visited Japan on April to that was news for economic for post-pandemic, but it was strained on resources and local community. Earlier this year, the historic city of Kyoto had closed some alleys to combat giga paparazzi, a name given to visitors, snapping photos of visitors without permission, while Pamakuda, a seaside town just outside of Tokyo, is urging tourists to walk around instead of taking the train to ease congestion. Struggling to accommodate unprecedented surge of inbound visitors, many encouraged by weekend. Local tourists hotspots spots have resorted to taking matters into their own hands, even if it means curtain for Instagram hotspot. 10-second trivia.
10-second trivia.
In what year artificial intelligence was found as a field of research? 1935, 1956, 1970, or 1983? If you say 1956, your intelligence is not artificial. And 56, Don McCarthy, college professor of John McCarthy, organized a summer workshop around Atlanta question, can machine think? Artificial intelligence and field of research were born. Hollywood actress Scarlett Johansson has caused some serious issues with the new voice of the bot. It is update from OpenAI ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence program with which you can have conversations. She says that voice sounds eerily similar to hers. CNN shares Carol on the story. Good morning, Theodore. Good morning. You never saw her face in sci-fi romance titled Her, but audience should knew the Scarlett Johansson's distinctive voice portrays Samantha, the synthetic zero-like character in the 2013 film. You have to meeting in 5 minutes. You trying to get it out of that? You're too funny. The actor say is now speaking out against OpenAI and its CEO Sam Altman, saying her real voice. And its CEO Sam Altman saying her real voice sound is too low to the one OpenAI created for ChatGPT for updated model. Artificial voice go by the name Sky. Here's a sample of what Sky sounds like. Hey there, it's going crazy. How about you? Too similar to Johansson, she released a statement saying, "My friends, family, and the general public all know that how much the new system named Sky sounded like me. I was shocked, anger, and disbelief. Altman said back, saying the voice Sky is not Scarlett Johansson and it was never intended to resemble her. We cast the voice behind Sky voice before any outreach to meet Johansson. But on OpenAI blog, it said the company wanted a voice with timeless, approachable, and it narrowed a few of 400 voice submissions and settled on a different actor saying, "We believe that AI voice should not really mimic a celebrity's distinctive voice." Altman would not reveal who they hired to Sky to say to protect their privacy. Johansson isn't buying that, saying, "Not only this, Altman reached out last September with an offer to hand her voice at GPT 4.0, which she says she declined. She also says 2 days before it will release, Altman asked her for agent if she reconsider and see he tweeted this on May 13th, the day of its release. Just one word, her. People we spoke to in where splits on whether ChatGPT Sky sounds similar to Johansson. I definitely sound like her. I don't think sounds similar. I don't think it sounds similar. I think it's distinct enough. People can debate on the one. Johnson hire a legal counsel say this is about protecting a personal likeness and identity. As for OpenAI, its part use Sky voice in its products. Its CEO apologizing saying we are sorry to Mr. Johansson that we need to communicate better. Okay, you guys, and this video might take too long, but actually my voice is not correctly with grammar. Therefore, I need to see back, and therefore I need to see again my recording. Therefore, I gonna do another video to understand the situation and correct my speaking pronunciation. Therefore, it will be proper to it is proper to have a regard my video. Okay, and I will split up this video to separate and what is again to, and I will collab two video to one scene that you can see how I improve that before and after. Okay, let's now move it again. Okay, bye bye. See you. Hello. This is the new video about after I watched the first video about reading CNN10 magazine. Therefore, this video is repeat and shadowing this CNN video about OpenAI, Mr. Johansson with OpenAI, and this video is recording to recorrect the pronunciation in previous video, and now I will speak it again, you guys. And therefore I had and therefore I need to speak, and you guys can see how I can improve it. And one point I had improved, that I will use my earphone, that my sound is not get something distraction from other noise, such as the video speaking, the CNN speaking, CNN voice of the video voice. Therefore, I will show you guys, and therefore I will repeat after the speaking task right now. I will repeat the recording, the shadowing right now. School year winding down, so remember to show some love to your teachers who are informing and inspiring to be a little better each day. Get a handshake, a high five, a fist bump. Let them know I see you. Alright, we begin today with the historic decision stemming from the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Three European nations, Spain, Norway, and Ireland, say they will formally recognize Palestinian state network. More than 140 UN nations already recognize Palestinian statehood, but very few European nations have gone that far. That's why this announcement is significant. Spain, Norway, and Ireland say this is the best way to achieve lasting peace in the region, but not everyone agree. President Biden said it would be better for Israel and Palestinians to negotiate a two-state solution themselves rather than have outside country apply this kind of pressure. And Israel, for its part, is furious. Its ordered its ambassador from Spain, Norway, and Ireland to immediately come back to Israel. So I think the speed of the video of the initial video is too fast. Therefore, I need to readjust it to about 0.6 for 0.6 for the speed. Therefore, I need to speak it again and I will speak it again, and therefore I can start. And now it will restart. School years winding down. School years winding down, so remember to show some love to your teachers who are informing and inspiring you to be a little better each day. Get a handshake, a high five, a fist bump. Let them know I see you. Alright, we begin today with the historic decision stemming from the ongoing war between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Three European nations, Spain, Norway, and Ireland, say they will formally recognize Palestinian state network. 140 UN nations have already recognized Palestinian statehood, but very few European nations have gone that far. That's why this announcement is significant. Spain, Norway, and Ireland say this is the best way to achieve lasting peace in the region, but not everyone agree. President Biden says it would be better for Israel and Palestinians to negotiate a two-state solution themselves rather than have outside countries apply this kind of pressure. And Israel, for its part, is furious. It ordered its ambassadors from Spain, Norway, and Ireland to immediately come back to Israel. So what does it mean to recognize Palestinian statehood? For now, it's a slightly symbolic move, but it put pressure on Israel as it's fight for controversial war in Gaza. Countries that recognize Palestinian statehood believe there should be an independent Palestinian nation that operates like any other country in the world right now. But the international community considers Gaza, Jerusalem, and West Bank as occupied Palestinian territories. Next, we had where officials survey them after the series of storms of tornado ripped through the Midwest on Tuesday. In Greenfield, there were several deaths. in injuries. One official says the town of 50 miles southwest on the morning has been almost entirely destroyed. At least 18 tornadoes were spotted across Iowa today. So far this year, more than 800 tornadoes have been reported in the U.S., making it one of the most active years on record. The storm has now set to travel to both north and south, with the officials saying the from Tulsa to Cleveland should be storm away. People in central Honshu, Japan, had had enough with over tourism at a famous landmark. You may remember we reported on the show of the concern of locals near Mount Fuji, where a great selfie spot had caused all sorts of issues for the town. CNN Harico Pon Korean tells us how much discussed solution to deal with the surge our towners had finally gone up. This view was the perfect snapshot of Japan's old and new. Now had a black curtain drawn. Overwhelmed by tourists, blocking roads, littering, even trespassing onto private property to take selfies. The town of Fujiko has now erected a black curtain to block the view and deter tourists, much to the locals' relief. There have been many accidents involving foreign tourists recently, and to the dismay of visitors. So I think put a black panel on this road is something that with roof for, and I think they can do better for police. Mount Fuji, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and Japanese icon, attracts millions of visitors annually. But post-pandemic, numbers has swelled to record levels, well beyond control, local authorities say, causing human traffic jam and garbage to litter the sacred peak. The local prefecture now says it needs to charge a $13 per climber and impose a higher cap of $4,000 in a bid to address over tourism starting this season. But as you can tell by the crowds of people around here, one of the Tokyo's biggest tourist hotspot, Mount Fuji is the only victim of over-tourism. It's a nationwide problem. Over 3 million people visited Japan in the month of April, and though that's good news for economy post-pandemic, but it put a strain on resources and the local communities. Earlier this year, the historic city of Kyoto had closed some low shops, some alleys to combat paparazzi, a name given to visitors, snapping photos of Gihao without permission, while Kamakura, a seaside town just outside of Tokyo, is urging tourists to walk the route instead of taking the trains to ease congestion. Struggling to accommodate unprecedented surge of inbound visitors, many encouraged by a weekend. Local tourist spots have resorted to taking matters into their own hands, even if it means costing for interim hotspot. Ten-second trivia. In what year artificial intelligence found in the field of research? 1935, 1956, 1970, or 1983? If you said 1956, your intelligence is not artificial. In 1956, Dr. Professor John McCarthy organized a summer workshop around Alan Tuck question, can machines think? Marthy named the project Artificial Intelligence, and a field of research was born. Hollywood's actress Scarlett Johansson has some serious issues with the new voice of the pod. In an update for OpenAI ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence program with which you can have conversations, she said that voice sounds eerily similar to her. CNN's Jason Carroll is on the story. Good morning, Theodore. Good morning. You never saw her face in the sci-fi romance titled Her, but audiences knew it was Scarlett Johansson's distinctive voice, portraying Samantha, a synthetic serial-like character in 2013 film. You have a meeting in 5 minutes. You want to try and get it out of bed? Oh, too funny. The actor now speaking out against OpenAI, and this CEO Sam Altman say her real voice sounds too close to the one OpenAI created. ChatGPT updated model. The artificial voice named Sky. Here's sample of what Sky sounds like. Hey there, it's going great. How about you? Too similar for Johansson, she released a statement. Say, my friends, family, and general public all know that how much the newest system named Sky sounded like me. I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief. Altman fired back, saying the voice of Sky, not Scarlett Johansson's, and it was never intended to resemble hers. We can pass the voice actor behind Sky's voice before any outrage to meet Johansson. On OpenAI blog, it said the company wanted a voice that was timeless, approachable, and it narrowed a few to more than 400 voice submissions and settled on a different actress, saying, we believe that AI voices should not deliberately mimic a celebrity distinctive voice. Altman would not reveal who they hired to voice Sky, he said, to protect the privacy. Johansson isn't buying that, saying, not only this Altman reached out last September with an offer to have her voice ChatGPT 4.0, and which she says she declined. She also says 2 days before it was released, Altman asked her agent if she would consider that he tweeted this on May 13th. the day of its release. Just one word. Her. People respond to was placed on whether ChatGPT Sky sounds similar to Johansson. Is that I definitely see how it sounds like her. Do you think the voice sounds similar to not that? No, I don't think it sounds similar. I think it's distinct enough. People can debate on the one. Johansson had hired a legal counsel saying this is about protecting personal likeness and identity. As for OpenAI, it's paused the use of Sky Voice and its products. Its CEO apologizing, saying, "We are sorry to Mr. Johansson that we didn't communicate better." So this is the after video of adjusting the pronunciation of my previous video, and therefore this video I got a shadowing on screen, but actually I do read the script, therefore there's some mistake. I do read the caption, therefore there's something not so much learning about speaking again from this process, but actually I can understand the situation when the speaker adds some N words like S and the word the for the passive or t or t, or the or the passive it also therefore there's some thing that I need to consider about my speaking skill. Therefore will be another episode about reshadowing this video, and take a look and goodbye.